Hi guys, good afternoon. Happy to see you here after 2.5 years of, I would say, jail. Yeah, we are back. I think you are all happy. Welcome in Munich, by the way, good weather. So let's see. Thanks for the previous speech, the speaker. It was introducing very well also what we are going to talk now. You can see in the last 20 years how much the landscape around customer has been changing. What we see now is that the strategic partnership from customers is paying more attention to strategic partners like cloud databases. But of course, after that, also MSP are becoming a very strong partner moving forward in the ecosystem of customers. And of course, after that will come traditional ICT providers and some elite service providers. So this spawns, of course, an opportunity, very big opportunity for MSP. And with opportunities comes also the challenge, how fast the MSP can accelerate this transformation process and get, of course, this opportunity capitalized. And for sure, we think that there are three main areas where the MSP needs to develop. And for sure, the first one is how do MSP can win a new customer to generate more revenue, for sure. The second one is how we simplify operation so that we can improve customer satisfaction. And of course, the simplification of operation with automation touches also a point that the colleague was mentioning before, having less people, hiring new skilled people, the automation, the simplification of the operation becomes more and more critical. And of course, at the end, we are in a very tough market, price sensitive, cost sensitive. We want to make sure that we take cost under control. Having this said, this is a bit of the strategy, our way, our Huawei approach, how we can help MSPs to achieve these three key points, how to win more customers, eventually increasing or widening the coverage of the different applications. Applications are growing, and this is opportunities coming with new application, new even new industries are popping up like AI, like cloud native. So you want to cover as much as possible many applications. How to simplify operation, of course, having platform that makes the management easy. So we will see in the next couple of slides also about how we have a platform that makes the management of the infrastructure in the cloud, on-prem, and of course across multiple data centers easier. And then for the cost optimization, how do we reduce the equipment spending using eventually different sort of platforms that can give the different service level to the customer and nevertheless achieving the high service level and reducing the costs. So let's start with the first point. How do we get a wider coverage with our platforms and how do we win more customers? We start with our flagship product, our Doredo. I think most everybody knows this platform, this family, probably one of the strongest products available today in the market. And with this, we cover very well all the mission-critical applications, the core business, the applications where our customers are really requiring very fast performance, high IOP, low latency, consistent latency. Today we are able to offer something like 50 microseconds of constant latency, which is probably one of the strongest and the fastest product in the market. But at the same time, close to the performance, for sure, it's very important in enterprise, the solidity, the reliability of the product. And this is what we achieve with our unique reliability concept of our platform, which is able to tolerate 7 out of 8 failure of controllers simultaneously. Looking at the exploding amount of data that we experience in everyday landscape and probably in every application, we see how data is exploding, especially unstructured. Coming also up with new application. Eventually, we mentioned AI, we mentioned even growing HPC environment, big data analytics. So data is exploding, is growing. And there you need platforms that are able to manage massive amount of data. Talking about not more even petabyte, but hundreds of petabyte in one rack. And our OceanStor Pacific is one of the most innovative platform in the market, is able really to offer a very modern, high-density platform, which is able to support multi-protocol at the same time, with the same on the same data, offering the access to data with multiple protocol. We are able to host hybrid different workloads on the same platform. We see this in many applications, the requirement of having the capability to work with high IOPS, but also with high bandwidth. And high density design, our platform, I will show you later, is one of the most dense system in the market. And last, of course, targeting tier 4, whatever, all the concept of backup, disaster recovery. We see how important it is to have a fast recover, especially when there are attack to our infrastructure. With our Ocean Protect, we are really able to offer rapid backup and, of course, to have also very efficient data reduction. So up to 72 to 1 time data reduction. And of course, still having very high reliability with our proprietary RAID TP so that we don't have any data loss and any interruption of service. This is a use case. One of our customer in France, the group Assesi, and I hope I pronounced it correctly. That just an example how those guys, they have been able to win more customer, having a wider offering. So they were for sure offering different class of service with gold, silver, and bronze. And thanks to our Dorado platform, they added also the platinum. And platinum, that's not the case that we call it like the metals, is the highest level of service that you want to offer to a customer. And we are able to offer that, and they were able to make it happen with our Dorado, achieving stable performance of half millisecond. And of course, on top of that, with the high reliability of our platform across multiple data center, with improving some business competitiveness with our data reduction, and as I said, the active high available solution. Now let's move to the second point of our, I would call it, winning strategy for MSP. How do we achieve a simplicity in operations? How do we get very easy management? And we see how this is becoming more and more important for complex environment, and eventually MSP is on the top of the complexity because typically the MSP is serving multiple customers, multiple locations. So we have a 3-layer strategy, starting from a solution which is monitoring into the cloud, so it's running into the cloud DME IQ. And basically, this platform is able to monitor different equipment, different systems across different data centers, and is running in a cloud base in Germany. Then we have another layer which is running inside the data center and is monitoring different systems, not only from Huawei but also from third party. And with this sort of platform, of course, what you want to do is monitoring, and eventually also to predict what can happen, so that you can have your infrastructure running clean and avoiding to have any damage or any interruption of service. And of course, at device level, that's of course the deeper level of monitoring, where you can go into the system and really check each and every component to understand how things are running. So it's a complex management platform on 3 layers, but very easy to use. That's the key here. So we are talking about the DME-IQ. So it's a cloud management. Is deployed on high cloud, locally in Germany, so no data is leaving. The EU, of course, is something that you need to decide to enable. Yeah, is not that every system is sending data. When you enable it, it's working. It can be, of course, shared across. It's a multi-tenant platform. Can be used across multiple MSPs, and of course also can have the visibility through the different customers within the MSPs. The DME, which is our data management engine running within the data center, as I said, is something which can monitor different of our families or products, and also fiber channel switches, also third-party storage. We offer many connection with orchestrations environment, so that you can completely automate the operations. It's super important, and basically supporting VMware, Kubernetes, Ansible, and so on. This is an example of one of our top customer in Switzerland. They've been buying system from Huawei since many years, since 2017. And basically, of course, the complexity of the infrastructure growing with different systems, and one of the topic became, of course, the management. And recently they bought our DME platform, so that eventually they can now easily monitor all the infrastructure and effective deliver also the service to their customers. Moving to the last point, which is eventually, I would say, very tangible. The reduction of cost, reduction of spending. That's the first element is how do we can remove the resource isolation, the pooling of the storage systems. Traditional, you may have in data center application running on different storage, so that you get a very poor utilization of each storage. So what you can do, also using our platform, our intelligent storage management, you can use efficiently all the pools, so that you can increase the resource utilization from 30 to 70%. That's one of the important, I would say, aspect on reducing costs. Another element of cost optimization, of course, if you look at our Dorado software and hardware capability, of course, our capability to reduce, to dedupe data, and of course also some hardware-specific implementation, like our Palm Sides SSD, which is 33% thinner, so that you can put more SSD within one chassis and reduce the space consumption. Another example, this is one element of the Pacific family, probably is the denser system available today in the market. You can host 120 3.5-inch HDD with the 14 terabyte, you reach 1.68 petabyte in 5U. Just imagine what you can do with the 20 tera. Just recently, WD announced a 26 terabyte in 3.5-inch. Just put 120 in such a system, and you get probably 3-4 petabyte in 5U. On top, so we reduce space consumption of 76%, and thanks to our erasure coding, we have probably the highest utilization rate in the market. And that's basically, to summarize, I would like to remind the 3 main points for MSP. Customer acquisition, we need to broaden the offering, of course, to access to more application, be able to access to more and more customers. The operational efficiency, we need to improve the way we manage all this infrastructure. And that's, I told you about this 3-layer approach of Huawei. And the last one is, of course, the reducing of cost and how effective we can keep the spending of IT low. That's it from my side. Thank you.